All right. So let's see. Glory to God always. That's how I begin every time. So I think I'm live. So I wanted to go live regardless and see if I can work this out. So let me know if you can hear me. Right now it's going off my phone, off of this camera right here. But this way I'm not going to be able to get the audio from the MPC in to the computer. So I'm on this work computer. So I might unplug, put the interface into the phone right here. This is the angle I want to get the MPC. So maybe that'll work, but I kind of doubt it. It's weird because I'm using StreamYard right now, and it's working. It recognizes the interface. I'm using a PreSonus Revelator IO 44, and I get the audio out, but it's not recognizing. I don't think it's recognizing the um the interface because I see nothing on the levels. But I think what you're hearing right now is my cell phone. So I'm gonna mute the mic on my cell phone and let me know if you can hear me. So that's my cell mic. Like you said, I'm gonna post it up right here. I'm gonna unplug the interface um, from the computer and see if it'll recognize it on my phone. I haven't had luck with trying to get the like audio interfaces in the StreamYard on my phone. So we'll see. I'm gonna have to move a bunch of stuff. Second. If this doesn't work, oh well. Hey man, you gotta try, right? So if it don't work, I appreciate y'all coming in to kicking it anyways for a minute. I mean, I guess we could talk about the topic. Uh, but I did want to make some music at the same time, you know? Hold up. I'm gonna take this case off my phone real quick. Y'all can still hear me? All right. Check, check, check. Okay, I think y'all can hear me now, right? How about now? So whatever, I'm just gonna do the cell phone camera and audio while it's still being hosted by this Mac, this iMac that I have in this office here at work. And so I don't know, it's weird with StreamYard. It recognizes the interface, but not the audio input. And so this is my setup right here, right now. And it's like a work computer, so I'm not an administrator, so you can't really download stuff. I was looking to see if I could find a, if this even needed some sort of a driver, because sometimes it'll plug and play and you'll get limited ability, like the output only. But if you get the driver, then you can do the input and all that. Like I've experienced that with some other interfaces, but I Googled it and I didn't see anything. I didn't see a driver for that interface. So kind of weird. It's a cool interface. It works with the MPC, but yeah, so I don't know. Was gonna make some beats in this room right here. The last two streams that I've done, eh, like it'll be cool. Like the video and the audio will be synced up for like the first minute and then it just falls off. So yeah, that's frustrating. I can go in a different room, like over there, a different part of the building. I think this room, just like if you look at this room, it's just it's four walls, a door. There's no windows. That door is super solid. So I don't know if it's just like that's why the internet is
Oh, are you ready to make your car?
kind of bad, but hey man, no, I'm actually in the middle of a live stream, so I'm gonna hit you in like 20 minutes.
Okay, sounds good.
So yeah, this does have an Ethernet. So the internet on the actual iMac is hardwired. So I was hoping that the streams would be dope, would work out well in here if I used the computer that was already in here, but I might have to figure something out for the audio interface. Um, yeah, you can't win with everything. Like there's always like trade-offs. So this room is cool because it's like I'll show you. It's way down here at the end of the building, away from everybody and everything. So this is my job. It's a gym. So like I'm weighing the cuts, and I'm gonna use it to do vocals. I'm gonna try to record vocals because I don't even get a chance to do that at work or nothing. No farting in that room, none. For sure. There's definitely no ventilation. So it's kind of cool and it's kind of not. I wanted to be able to do streams here. That's probably not gonna work out, but I could do some videos. I could do some vocals. It's kind of my own little, I guess, vocal booth room now. Possibly. That's what I was messing with yesterday. I got this Rode mic, so the Rode mic sounds pretty dope. I made a quick little vlog video, unboxing kind of review thing. So I'll do that. I'll edit that up and have that uploaded. So I may be able to do some videos in here and stuff. I just haven't had no time. The opportunity isn't like really show up at home right now. And my situation changes. Like for a minute, I was doing a bunch of streams at home, but schedules changed and stuff and all that. So yeah, I wanted to make some music and then just talk about, kind of open the discussion on why do you guys make music. I know some of y'all probably kind of input on that already, and I was gonna do as well. Like, I mean, I think the first rap that I wrote was like in the 7th grade off of like some Eminem beats or something. And then I didn't get into making beats until I was probably like my sophomore year of high school, when I didn't even know it was possible. If my friend had like a crack version of FL Studio, and that's a lot of people's kind of origin story. A lot of people might be my age. I don't know. So when I got on that, it just blew my mind. I had like no musical experience really, and I just started putting sounds together, and it just really I just gravitated. It just grabbed my attention so much, and I was hooked on it. And I was always kind of a quiet kid, you know, and like I didn't talk to a lot of people, didn't have a lot of friends. I had a couple here and there, but yeah, it passed a lot of time for me, and like it was just, I don't know, man. It's one of those things, you know, and I've been doing it ever since. So I think it's gotten me through. It's kind of given me a purpose. It's provided hope for me. Um, I guess got me through a lot of, I guess, lonely times too. You know, if I was just sitting there by myself, not doing anything, I don't know, I probably would have been a little bit more crazy because I'm a quiet person, but I also can be kind of, it's kind of like all that energy just kind of could blow up sometimes. I do have a temper, so I remember high school days drinking a lot of alcohol and stuff and like acting wild, and it just kind of came out when I was drinking. You know what I mean? So, um, but yeah, I'm gonna go through. Y'all let me know what. I think that's a different stream. Like, what was your first? I'm gonna ask that. We'll ask in a different stream. But why? Why do y'all do music? For me, it just makes me feel normal now. Probably because I've done it so long, and so it's therapeutic in a way. It gives me a sense of purpose and a sense of hope, and it's just a way of expressing myself. You know that I, as well, like being a quiet kid, a way of expressing myself that I couldn't do through words because I never was like, you know, a big conversationalist or nothing. So yeah, all that kind of combined, and now I feel like I get frustrated because I think when I was alone, now that I have like 3 children and a wife, now all my time is like dedicated to them, you know, a huge portion of it, that I get frustrated because prior to this, you know, years ago, I this is pretty much all I was doing like all day. So having very minimal time, I feel like I have um withdrawals, I think, because I'm just kind of hooked on this thing. So, but yeah, I see y'all talking about Push 3 over there. That got my attention. I was like, oh God, I'm not seeing that. So I'm kind of interested. The thing looks huge though for it to have a battery and to be portable. It's like it looks like the footprint. I think that was you, Ram, in the community post, but it looks like the same footprint as an MPCX. So it's like huge, and I think the battery lasts like 2 hours. So I was kind of thinking of it. The battery is more of like a kind of a backup thing, just in case it gets unplugged. You know, I seen one video. I forget whose it was. The dude was mentioning it gets really hot, so you need to put a pillow between your your lap and the Push 3. So I don't know that. I was just thinking it'd be dope if they made something smaller. Um, and I've never used the Push. When I seen it, I think I seen the Push before, like even the NPCs were released, and like the new standalones, and I was really fascinated by it because it looked like a dope way of chopping and stuff. And I never went for it because Ableton never was a thing for me, and then also like the fact that it was a controller kind of put me off. But just the fact that this is a standalone is pretty intriguing, and the way they set it up, where it's like, which is called modular, where you can like upgrade it to standalone, that's super dope. I think that's a big deal what they're doing. So that might be creating a new standard because it looks like everybody's just copying everybody and like stepping it up and all that. So that's cool. Um, I don't know. Let me see what's up. But anyways, I haven't said what's up to everyone. B Jamming, what's good? Ram, what's happening? Papa, man, thanks for coming in. Who else we got in here? I know we see some other people in here. Oh yeah, and the warp, that's probably gonna be like the best warp that we've seen in a standalone device. I mean, it's intriguing, but I really don't want to learn a new workflow. And if it's anything like Machine, then that was confusing. Like I tried to use a Machine Plus for a little bit, and I started to pick it up, but it was just too confusing. 365 OTG was good. Mr. Pirate Brain, what's up? Are you gonna buy something to warm up your MPC? No, right now I'm not really investing in anything. I mean, I have my SP, so I've been messing around with that quite a bit, going through the signable outs, mostly on the X at home. I've done a little bit with the live, definitely is possible. So just run some. Been mainly running my drum sounds through there and back in, and then resampling and creating programs. But other than that, for now, I mean, I seen the analog heat. That looked kind of dope. The new analog heat and effects, was considering that, but that's pretty pricey. That's another $1,000 on top of uh you know an MPC. So it gets pretty expensive. I know there's like pedals are an option, and you can kind of like build a rig like that with pedals. And but yeah, I mean, I'm not really, I'm kind of sitting out the whole conversation as far as like the what's been going on with the MPC world and the uh sound versus workflow and all that, because I really don't have too much experience with high end stuff or any of the older MPCs or any of that. So I really have I don't have too much to say on it. Although I appreciate something that sounds good, but I only know what sounds good relative to the stuff that I've tried myself. Anthony B, what's good? School hit the button. Thanks for coming in, bro. Always representing Columbus, Ohio. Luis Perez, the bedroom musician. What's good, man? Thanks for coming in. I make music for therapy. Oh, thank you for adding that. I don't know if anyone else has said anything else. It's my job and I love it. That's what's up, man. And therapy. That's what's up. When it could be your job, you love it as therapy, all in one. That's what I'm trying to go for. I don't know if I'll ever be able to kick this habit. So that's why my ambition is at the level. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, honestly, but like I want to make this full time, whether it be through YouTube, whatever it looks like. If I can just create on streams and like do this and talk to y'all, then I would be happy. So I really don't know what it looks like. I started this a while ago. I'm not the best at YouTube. I'm not the best at making videos, but I've been practicing and just taking one step at a time, allowing the vision of whatever it is that I'm trying to do kind of unveil itself. And that's what I hope in. And I'm gonna try whatever I can and just try to use my situation the best I can. That's what I'm doing right now. Just you see me sitting here at work, and I've been fighting this idea. I've just been going back and forth, man. I just don't like being here. I don't like creating here. This is how I started it. It's like some of my first videos were with the MPC live. So I'm back full circle. I got the MPC live here. It's not the same MPC live that I originally bought and started this YouTube channel with, but then I was just so hungry, and I guess I got to just bring that back. It didn't really matter. And I was also so new to video making that my perspective was different. Because now that looking back at some of my stuff, I know that I've improved. It's not the best if I'm going to compare the production value of a lot of people here on YouTube. A lot of people came in after me, and they've really, showed a level of professionalism. I don't know. Maybe it's just my ego. I feel like I was like one of the first NPC, modern new gen NPC tutorial channels out there. I could be wrong, but I see a lot of people out there, and they got skills on different levels, and I don't care to compare myself, because if I did, then I'd probably give up. Because looking back at the stuff that I was doing then, but it didn't matter. I was just so hungry to just start this journey. Like I always think back when I talk about this, is like I was sitting in the office in a different spot. So I've been at this job for a long time. I was sitting in the office down over there, and I still sit over there. This is just kind of a new little area I found that no one's really utilizing, I don't think, unless someone uses it in the daytime. But it doesn't look like anything's moved around when I come in here day to day. So I just come in the building, drop my stuff off, go handle business, come back over here on my lunch break, clock out, try to do something. That's what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks. And I've been doing like Fridays and stuff, but summertime, things are even more quiet. So I'm gonna come in here probably as much as possible. I don't know what my point is. Just went on a little tangent there. But yeah, I gotta, I guess, bring that hunger back. This isn't the coolest, most ideal studio. I don't have like my studio desk and all my equipment, all my lights set up the way that I figured out kind of looks good. Although I'm still using household lights and stuff. I never got into the professional lighting and all that. Just being at home, the fact that I can, go get a drink, take a bathroom break, all that kind of good stuff. Um, it's lacking here, so I ain't been too excited. But I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited at the fact that I got this space and then I can actually make something out of this. And that's hip hop for real. It's like using what you got. I am psyched. What's up, bro? I appreciate you, man. Oh, 9.99 there. Super chat. Appreciate you, bro. Um, what was I saying? What was I saying? I don't know. You messed me up. Appreciate the donation, bro. I don't know what I was saying. Let me scroll down the chat, see what y'all are saying. Yeah, it's definitely better than watching TV for sure. And when I was single, I binged quite a bit, but now I just can't. I can't. I can't. And there's no excuse for me to be binging anything. The only time I watch TV is if it's with my wife or with my kids, and even that, I'm like, my mind's kind of like partly in my studio in the corner. I'm like, my girl gives me shit because she's like, yo, you always get up and wander and go look in your studio. I'm just like looking there and just kind of like zone out, just thinking about, hey, when will I be able to get back in there again? But yeah, I've tried to get back into video games too, but I just can't do it. I got the Switch at home for the kids. I play with them. That's it. But I've tried to sit down and play NBA 2K like a couple times. And I'm like, oh man, fuck this. Like I can't even wait for it to load up. I'm like, I gotta go do something that's productive. Old English. I'm not drinking Old English. I just got a Dr. Pepper here. Is that what you thought it was? I should do more koala stuff. Maybe. I got the iPad now, so that's cool because the reason I stopped doing the koala stuff was because um the little drum pad that I connected to it, like the MIDI was cool, but it would just throw random values out and it just bugged me. So but now that I have the iPad rather than using my phone, it's full size and it's kind of cool just as is without even using a MIDI controller connected. It's pretty nice. I mean, the one benefit of having the MIDI controller connected is you can change, values of stuff, the effects, volume, pitch, and all that by being on without being on the actual screen. And I like using knobs. Like I had the knob set up to do start and end points, and that was cool. Um, but yeah, with the iPad, it's pretty cool. I've been messing with that a little bit. I got an old iPad Air, it belonged to my mom, and she was something like she couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. And so I had to get it off her hands and figured it was behind like 7 updates. It was like on 8 point something and it needed to be updated to 15 or something. So I got that going and I downloaded like IMPC, a bunch of other stuff. I always wanted to mess with Sample Tank, so I got that downloaded on there, but I haven't bought any of the instruments quite yet. I don't know if that's really something I need to be doing. So from 40s to ASR 10 to 9 to 5 to 401ks, algebra sucks. Okay, trying to decode that. I hear what you're saying somewhat. I'm just picturing when I was in high school, we were drinking a lot of 40s back in the day. So someone brought up the Old English, and that was definitely something we were drinking. It kind of sounds good, but also sounds kind of nasty. Yeah, I think Ram. I think it's as big as the Force at least. The push. Got to structure the time, bro, and bring the fam in one way or another. My wife manages the studio brand. So yeah, I would like her. I like my wife to get more on it, but she's got her own thing, so it's not necessarily interesting to her. Um, yeah, but I've gotten her to sing on some stuff. So and she can sing, so That's cool. Yeah, what is MPE even? I'm kind of lost on what that stands for, but I get what it is now. It's like that technology is becoming more prevalent, isn't it? It's like the what's that with the Osmos I forget what it's called, that keyboard that has like the key bed where it's super sensitive and you do different motions and stuff and you get different like after, is it like after touch on steroids? Is that what kind of is? Check out Decap doing the 808 slides. Okay. If the battery is optional on the kit, I wouldn't get it for 2.5 hours. Doesn't make sense. So yeah, I heard that it's modular, but can you get like just the battery? I mean, why would you just get the battery and not the whole like standalone kit? Yeah, analog heat, $1,000. Yeah, and then the push version without the kit standalone is like it's 1,000. So it's 1,000 more. But it is interesting to see what direction that goes. In my humble opinion, the hybrid setup is the way. What do you mean? I'm kind of lost because I've been all over the place. Hybrid setup as far as like computers and all that. Luis, that sense of accomplishment, not just listening or watching, but hands-on building something. It's for your reason for creating a sense of accomplishment. So kind of the process too, or do you get the sense like after you finished as well? I think for me, because I haven't finished a lot of stuff, so I'd have to say definitely the process is enjoyable. That's always where I get the feeling when I'm like something is kind of going my way. I'm discovering something new. I kind of feel my skills leveling up. Anthony B bought the Analog Heat MK2 a few months ago, so the Analog Heat plus effects has me kind of heated. Oh, you mad? So that happens all the time. That's why I'm kind of like skeptical about buying stuff that's been out for a while that I've been looking at for a long time and want to try. Because like it's something new is just about to come out. Appreciate that. School, hit the button. Keep doing what you do. Appreciate it. Yeah, hold on a second. So I got a 30-minute lunch. Let me check how long ago I clocked out. Okay, I got about 7 minutes to go. So that works out. I usually like to do an hour stream. I've been taking longer lunches and stuff, but I don't think I'm going to be doing that today. Just keep it short since the interface thing didn't work. Find the part you like to do all the time. For me, I manage artists and consult production. We do independent. That's what's up. Production, we do independent. Manage artists and consult. Okay. Interesting. A drop in the quit your job fund bucket. Shout out to the chat. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Just seeing the super chat message right now. I see my quit my job campaign is reaching and it's getting out there. People are hearing about it. I appreciate that, man. It's funny though, I'm at work because I'm wondering when someone from work is going to hear me say, I'm doing a quit my job campaign. So I'm gonna make an album. It's gonna be called "Quit My Job or Get Fired Trying." We'll see. It's a little satire there. Ink One was good. It's too many, and a lot ain't that good. You one of the original. Keep pushing. Okay, I appreciate that. Seems like good words, but what you mean there ain't many? It's too many. There's too many. What? Too many people making music? I think we should all do what makes us feel good. That's why I wanted to ask the question because I've in having these streams and talking to people and like expressing what it is I want to do, which is not clear at all, right? It's not clear at all. It's just I want to be able to. This is it. This is the, and I need to be able to define this a little better, a little bit better. It's one thing I learned at this job here. I work for a state college and stuff, and we've gone to a lot of these like meetings and stuff, and had these guest speakers, and this is stuff I never was prepared for till now, like later in my so I'm in my 30s and all that. So I'm just learning. I've been at this job for like 6, almost 7 years. So since my 30s, my early 30s. So I'm getting up there. Um, you can see the grays, but just like creating goals and being very clear on what those goals are, I know are very important. My point is, what I'm saying is, since the beginning, it's just been kind of this general vision, kind of a blurry vision of I want to create, I want to create music, and I want to see if I can make some money with it. And that's been my general goal. It's not even a goal, right? It's just a kind of generalization. So I've been kind of moving through this blindly. With faith though, I got some faith. I think that's a big gift. So I give God glory. I try to, and that's something I've been doing more of lately. At the very least, I say I give God glory, because I think a lot of the gifts that all of us have, whatever it may be, is by grace. It's not of our own doing. You know, um, but some of those gifts, whatever that gift is, it's really on you what you do with it, right? So I try to move with faith, and I think this the vision just will kind of, as you get closer to something, you can see it a little bit better. And right now, like I was telling my girls, like I was telling people, a couple other people, I don't know, I was saying like it's very frustrating because I feel like I can see, I can almost see, I can feel it. It's like I can feel where I want to be, but I'm so close, but I'm still too far that I can't touch it. So it's like, damn. But Carbon Vibes, what's up? Yeah, don't buy the Push 3 if you don't like Ableton, because you have to use it to load sounds. Yeah, I never understood how Ableton worked, so I need to just steer clear of that. And it looks huge, so I don't like. I'm kind of irritated with the X, honestly. It's dope. But like I said, I'm not getting a lot of use out of it. It's just sitting there, so it's kind of frustrating me because I'm not getting use in the studio. And then also, I have no other place to put it. So if I wanted to do use some other machines, I got no place to put the X really, to play some other machines like the Live, my other SP, the sample track, if I wanted to do some like streams or content with those other stuff. So, but it doesn't matter. I'm not in that studio anyways. I'm not doing much at home right now anyways. I might get back to some late night streams. We'll see. Because obviously it's the Wi-Fi over here is kind of bad. Cell signal's bad, and audio interfaces aren't working soon. Yeah. So yeah, I'm talking about doing music full time. I don't know what that looks like, OTG. Like I said earlier, if it's just streaming and doing music and just like chatting with like-minded people like you guys, if I can make, I don't know how I turn that into a business. And I appreciate guys like I Am Sight, he's given me some gems and some outlines of ways I should market myself. And I do remember he gave me an outline. So I don't know if he's still in here, but I appreciate that. I've been stupid. Like I'm not taking the time to figure out how to turn what I'm doing into an actual business. I'm just really winging it. I've been winging it for a minute. So, but yeah, Carbon Vibes, I appreciate it, man. Yes, going to continue on my journey, and I appreciate the encouragement. Yeah, Pusher would be a nice main desk for Ableton setup. You can pick it up and take it around the house and work on ideas. I just wonder, like, yeah, I guess some people could. I mean, it's interesting. I think the reason they put the battery in it is because that's just becoming the norm. Maybe because Machine got so much heat, Native Instruments so much heat about not putting a battery in the Machine Plus, and so it's kind of a standard. But it seems like a big machine where it's like not. Well, I don't know. I've never used the Push 2, so how big is it really? I did hear that it's slightly bigger than the Push 2. Jay Dominguez, Koala is boring. Oh, and then he's laughing, so I don't know if he's serious. Use Koala with the SP44. Big facts. Gaming is completely wasted time. I can't even enjoy it because I know I have so much to do. Yeah, that's the truth, man. I don't know how to sit still like that. Hey, only if I'm with my kids. Really. Let's see. I think I got a clock in here. 9:38. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here in a second. Dustin McAdams, what's good? Thanks for coming in. Luis, meanwhile, you're building your video presence. You look natural at the monologues aspect. It always has a takeaway effect. Okay, I appreciate it. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, I've gotten a little bit better at it, a little more used to it. I think before I even posted a video to YouTube, I did like a few practice videos, and I know it was awkward at first. I would always be looking at myself in the lens, and rather than looking at the lens, and it just whatever. This is, I think this is more natural because I'm actually talking to you guys. Otherwise, I can't hear you. I'm talking to you, so it feels more natural. Like even when I do videos, still, I'll do some takes because it just feels weird just talking to yourself. Kind of does. MPE is like 3D aftertouch with notes per channel or something complicated like that. To pop a hybrid like a computer for your DAW and hardware for Sonics, and MIDI to have that standalone workflow. For sure. What I've kind of liked lately is a computer for like a sound module. So I've done a couple pieces of content on that, like using the standalone version of Contact and MIDIing that with the MPC. But I don't know how. I don't think I'm gonna ever go back into using a computer to like complete, because I see a lot of people are like, oh, it doesn't matter. Everyone ends up putting their stuff in a DAW, and nah. Like I'm good. Like these things, like the MPC is so like standalone. It's so powerful. I don't understand why people think you need more than that. And I guess also because I'm not really trying to conform to the industry standard, radio ready record labels, all that stuff. I don't care about that like whatsoever. I don't. I want it to sound good. And I know I can make stuff that sounds pretty bad, and I've made some bad mixes, but I really don't care about that at all. I'm not gonna obsess about that. This is enough. MPC is enough. It's enough to create, compose, to arrange, and to record vocals in. And I guess I don't really have the proof yet because I've just been procrastinating. I haven't made the songs yet, but that's hopefully what I'm gonna do in this room. Let's make some songs in here. So I mean, and whatever quality it is. I mean, you have the basic mixing tools here. And I think I hear over the years of doing the MPC videos. I said train feels like an earthquake right here. A lot of people ask questions like, is it enough? And most people asking those questions don't have too much experience, I don't think, as far as mixing and stuff. And not saying that I do. Like I studied this stuff and I know mixing concepts and all that, but I don't have the real world experience where I'm mixing people's albums and stuff. But I think that's what you got to start with first, and most of it is all in there, So I don't think I want to make myself.
Yeah, I just clocked in.
All right, I'll be right with you, man. Just wrapping this up. So yeah, man. I really, this just what, for some reason, it just fascinates me, the idea. And I've always been like that. Like back when I had the MPC 1000, that's my main piece, and JJOS was a thing. Not that it isn't still, but that had audio tracks, and I was just fascinated on how much I could do with one piece. And I don't know, maybe that's a vain thing, but I want to see what I can do just like the MPC and a microphone, and that's it. To me, that's most intriguing. Sounds clear to me. Sounds like you want to produce, record, coach, and create content full time for the Lifted Noise brand. Well, thank you for reflecting that back at me. That is a clear way of saying that. I don't know, but I think I can get more specific. I guess I just haven't built the confidence for it, because what I've been trying to say is I want to write songs. I think that's, for me, that's the most fulfilling thing, because it's the best way for me to express myself, being someone who's always been a quiet individual, introverted, thinking in my head. Writing songs is the best way to get that out for me. So I think I say, like, what you're reflecting back at me, OTG, is that, yeah, that's kind of the general idea, because I would be happy with that. Just because that's more of a generalization. I think I want to do all that, but yeah, I do want to be more specific. Like, I want to write songs. I don't, at this point, I'm not trying to be a rapper and go tour or anything like that. But I want to record songs on here and, load them up on my YouTube channel, play them. And I have some other ideas. I'd love to get to the point where I could do more live streams and have everyone come in and share their music and do collaborations, like do remixes and stuff, like of my own tracks, and just do like little fun competitions and stuff. But I don't really feel like I have the schedule and the way things going. I don't know. I got to figure it out. So it's getting oversaturated is what I'm saying. Okay. Jay Dominguez, amen. Thank you, Jesus. So yeah, for sure. Bistro Beats was good. Always do what you love to do. That's part of life, and try to contribute to society while doing it, for sure. Yeah, man. That's just it right there. Exactly. Once your session is done, something was born, good or bad, don't matter. Always something achieved. For sure. Yeah, this is cool. I mean, this is cool. I'm glad that we can just sit here and have this conversation. I was ready to make some music, but this has been cool too, because I'm actually getting more into the topic. We probably wouldn't have been talking more about this stuff if I was making a beat. I'd just be like in my MPC zoned in a little bit. Papa, that's what's up, bro. Let God guide you. Just keep the faith and stay humble. I appreciate it, man. The X is for lifting users, a left-hand user. It is backwards, bro. I feel you. Just what you said, man. But I think that's just I don't know if you're serious, but it is funny because it's different, and that's one thing I noticed with the erase button and stuff. Like, I'm over here with the live, and then with the X, I'm like over here. So I'm like doing the opposite. Glizzy Hendricks, what's up? I feel like Roland and MPC are going in the wrong direction. Their old machines sound so much better. It's crazy. I don't know. Like, when I first tried the live, I thought it sounded amazing. Like, some of the demo tracks, like, wow, this is really good. But maybe it was just really loud. And then I had an MPC 1002 that I used after that, and I feel like it didn't sound as good. So I don't know. I don't know if what older machines you're talking about. Maybe it's not the 1000. I don't think that's been praised for its sound. But I've never used the older ones. And I don't really when it comes to the sound, I don't get why the topic of assignable outs isn't being talked about, because you can get any sound you want, and you can build your sound. You can buying pedals or buying outboard gear, whatever it is, and running stuff in there and back in. I'm not sure I understand. That's even better. It's more catered towards being able to find a unique sound yourself that you build, versus having a machine that sounds one way. Are you going to get a machine that sounds great and then just stick to using it that way and just sound like everyone else? I don't imagine, because even those older machines still had the assignable outs right so that you could tailor the sound however you'd want, right? That just my perspective. I can't, like I said, I can't say what any of those machines sound like. And though I I believe it, I'm sure they do. And I've always wanted to try those. I just don't think it'll ever happen. So I mean, if you want to focus on sound, consider that. Is that something that you considered when you're saying what you're saying? Have you tried buying outboard gear? Now you have the USB and all that, and you can just plug stuff up that way and have a different sound to it. But it just lends itself more to experimenting and finding something that works for you. I'm not knocking the idea though. You know, why not have a great workflow and a great sound? And yeah. Oh, you want the Q links on the right? Is what you're saying? Yeah, I don't know. I wish they would have put the Q links on the MPC Live and the one underneath the screen. But I think the reason they didn't do that, if you guys ever seen, did you see the what was it, the Pioneer Torres, the SP16? I believe the knobs were under the screen. And if you look at that machine, MPC Live looks like a straight knockoff, like a bite of that machine. I'm pretty sure that machine came out before the Live. So that's another. I don't know. I think that was Dave Smith. Was that Dave Smith? Did Dave Smith have anything to do with the MPC? Or am I just thinking Roger Lynn? So those batteries start leaking and popping off. But that's cool about the push is that I think it's going to be, you're going to be able to replace it and buy a new one. It weighs 8 pounds in standalone. I think the MPC weighs about 7, the Live. I appreciate Carbon Vibes. Please do give the video a thumbs up. I'm about to log out here now, or here in a second, because I've kind of gone over my lunch break. I think I clocked in, didn't I? Yeah. So Slumson, what's up? Gave up on DAWs because I don't really mess with artists anymore. I've been doing that since the 90s, but I hardly do that now. So y'all standalone as well now. Slumson, Core Triton, Akai MPC Live, Newmark CDX. Sounds like all you need. Ben, you play guitar and bass when I don't want to produce or record? That's what's up. Lifted Noise, that's real man, respect UG. Okay. So I think you need breaks from gear anyway, and sometimes breaks from computer too. Push 3s 15 inches by 13 inches. To play by sample VST's records into the ASR, then go into the MPC one for editing, sequencing. Then we go into Studio One. I'm looking at getting, yeah. I just like the 500 series has interested me in the past. So I've thought about that, and maybe in the future I'll think about that. I want to get one of those lunch boxes, but I probably only have money at one time to fill one of the spots. But yeah, I like to keep it simple. The least amount of connections and all that is ideal for me. Yeah, like stressing over a snare sound for hours, dude, pick one and put it out. Yeah, exactly, man. Just too many options is one of the reasons to stay away from computers for me. Yeah. Beats with Kev was good. Love My Live 2. What's the second piece of gear I should get to complement the MPC? Yeah, the 404 is a good option. I mean, if you're just gonna, I don't know, I've considered just getting a regular 404 versus the MK2, but I like the MK2 a lot. I like the MK2. A lot of people say it doesn't make a good centerpiece, but I think it can be. I think if you have like something like an external synth and stuff, is a great piece if you just want to do songwriting. If you really care a lot about like mixing and stuff, then an MPC is a lot better. And you're like, if you're like a standalone person, So yeah, maybe an OG 404, but the new one has more effects as well. But it's a good complementary thing, I think, for the MPC. But yeah, like I said, it's also a nice piece on its own. That Pioneer was what I was considering. Are you considering that now? Oh, okay. You're saying, yeah. I don't know. Those next to each other seem a little funny. It just depends on what you're trying to do, man. You got to answer that question first, and then just really do some research. Take your time. All right, Ram. Peace. Take care. Glizzy, take hours to make beats sound good on the MPC one, but with the 404G, it sounds good without much work. Yeah, I really like what the 404 Mark II is doing for my drum sounds, just running them through stuff because I can like what I'm doing is just what's the word? I guess taking different sounds from different places, curating, I think is the word, and then running them through the effects, and that kind of glues it together, like throwing it through the vinyl sim or the 303 or the 404 or the compressor or the tape, the cassette tape effect on there. Yeah, just like some of those, like running through some of those, man, and it gives it a nice sound. I'm so used to FL workflow. Peace to Papa, man. Take care. Thanks for coming in. I'm so used to FL workflow. I never really need an MPC to sound a certain way out the gate because I end up mixing more in FL. But yeah, to each your own. I just rather keep it as simple as possible in one box. For me, maybe vain, but it just seems like a cool thing to just like take one piece and make as much as you can, do as much as you can with it. But yeah, OTG MK2 is dope. I know you've been doing a lot on that, man. I've been watching low key and stuff. I'll let you do your thing though. So keep it up, man. Keep doing that thing. I appreciate everyone for coming in. If I could get a like before we all bounce out, I would appreciate it. Yeah, if you guys feel like you want to support the channel somehow, again, thumbs up, best way, cheapest way. But yo, go check out the ZZOUNDS wish list, and you can see what I'm using if you're just curious to see. And but you all know how this works. Like you can go over there if you're about to buy something, yo, like Beats with Kev. If you're looking to go get an MK2, click on my link. No extra cost to you. Supports the channel. I get like a little percentage of that, you know. So even if it's not on the gear wish list, you can just navigate and it should still credit back to me. So I appreciate y'all. Thanks for coming in. Like I always been saying, success is not a destination. It's actually a movement. So keep on moving and run with your dreams. God bless everyone. All right. Appreciate y'all.